Cameras. Trust only the best. Protect your family, home, or business with 24/7 armed response.
Perimeter secure.
Remember, Amera guards it.
KC24 News begins with your forecast first from your local weather authority.
Good evening to you. I'm forecaster Karen Cruz Orduña. Today was an overcast day, but it did clear up overnight. But those clouds and also some fog is expected in our forecast overnight and into the morning. That was a live look outside of our KC24 studios. Now for our wind speeds, pretty calm overall throughout the entire region. Madera at 6 miles an hour, Fresno at 5, Hanford currently at 0 miles an hour. Now we do have a low pressure system on its way, but first let's go ahead and focus on that fog that we are expecting overnight and into the morning. As for our temperatures in the 40s and 50s, just depending where you are located. Now, we are experiencing also a temperature increase because of that ridge as well. For the next coming days, some fog for Monday, Tuesday, but I do have that full forecast coming up. KC24 News at 11 starts right now.
Local news that matters. This is KC24 News at 11.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Jennifer Ortega. Developing tonight, at least 2 people are dead and 2 others are seriously hurt after a multi-vehicle crash in Tulare County. The Highway Patrol says that around 6 o'clock this evening, a truck drifted into oncoming traffic on Road 56 near Avenue 430, just outside of Reedley. The truck then hit an SUV head-on. 2 people in the SUV were killed in the crash and 2 other passengers were taken to the hospital with major injuries. The truck driver was later arrested by the Highway Patrol on suspicion of driving under the influence. The city of Fresno is continuing its crackdown on smoke shops that officials say are selling illegal flavored nicotine and marijuana marketed to kids. Just last Friday, Fresno police and city code enforcement confiscated tens of thousands of dollars of illegal products from 4 unnamed stores in the city. Rhett Rodriguez has more on the bust and how the city plans to reduce the number of smoke shops.
Take a look. Fresno police say this is $40,000 worth of illegal marijuana and flavored nicotine they confiscated from 4 smoke shops last Friday. Investigators say they seized the product after they received complaints from neighbors that the stores were selling the illegal controlled substance to minors.
And the message that we're sending is that if you continue to operate in this way, if you continue to target our children, we're going to shut you down and then we're going to prosecute you.
City Attorney of Fresno, Andrew Jans, says this is just one of many busts to come to stop the selling of illegal products that are marketed to children.
Kids. These are folks that are specifically targeting children with products that look like candy, with products that claim to be safe.
The 4 businesses now face several fines, the possibility of closing their doors, and even jail time. According to the city, there are more than 600 smoke shops throughout Fresno. And City Council member Miguel Arias is leading the campaign to pass a city ordinance to reduce the number of smoke shops from 600 to just 14.
Only about 140 of them have a business license. Many of them are operating under 1 license, but yet have a dozen locations. Instead of having 600 operations in the city, we would limit them to 2 per council district.
If the ordinance does pass, those 14 businesses would have to apply for a permit from the city and would also have to follow strict guidelines.
It's the same process that any other business that wants to sell a controlled substance like alcohol would have to follow. They would have to apply for a business license with the city of Fresno, and they would have to apply for a conditional use permit. But importantly, they would also be limited from operating in certain areas. We would not allow them to operate near a school, near a park, near a daycare, or even next to each other.
The Fresno City Council could vote on the ordinance as early as December 14th. Rhett Rodriguez, KC24, local news that matters.
A Valley Group brought families together today to make care packages for service members at home and overseas. The Blue Star moms have been accepting donations for care packages since October, and today the group had help from the community put those packages together and get them ready to send to service members. Today, nearly 100 people showed up to the Clovis Veterans Memorial District to offer help putting together close to 300 packages. We're told everything was packed up and ready to ship in only about an hour. And today, thousands of tamales were given away at Roding Elementary for the first tamale drive. Now, it was all organized by City Council member Annalisa Perea, and our Viviana Yvonne shows us all of the community partners that made today possible.
2,000 tamales were handed out at today's Tamale Drive at Roding Elementary. The tamales were made by CDT Cocina, a restaurant in the Tower District that has been in business for 12 years. Owner Liz Sanchez says she grew up working in restaurants before finally having her own.
Entrepreneurial spirit came from my grandmother. She had a tortilleria in Mexico. She had more than one. She had 3 locations.
She took her grandmother's recipe, staying true to some of the traditional flavors, while also experimenting and making her own, like a blueberry and cream cheese tamale. At least 12 different tamales are on the menu, along with tacos made from homemade corn tortillas and plenty of vegan items. Sanchez says Analisa Pereira's office approached her almost 2 weeks ago to try to work out getting some tamales for today's Tamale Drive.
They made this happen really quickly, and it was not easy and a challenge going into the holiday season, which is my busiest month of December, to be able to produce as many tamales as we did.
But the challenge was met, and thousands of free tamales were handed out in a predominantly Latino neighborhood, going to the families of students and those who live nearby. The idea behind the Tamale Drive all started with a 4th grade student from Manchester Gate.
I came up with this idea because, me, myself, I'm part of a Hispanic family. So then I was like, we usually eat tamales a lot for Christmas, and Christmas is coming up.
His idea became a reality today as cars lined up to get their hands on a pack of tamales.
It was just good. It just felt good to see people happy and getting blessed in some certain way.
Councilmember Analisa Pereira says today was all about the holiday spirit of giving.
Just very appreciative to have the opportunity to give back to the community this holiday season.
In Fresno, Viviani Yvonne, Ksee 24, local news that matters.
Still ahead on Ksee 24 News at 11, it was a musical weekend in the Valley. Coming up, a look at a pair of shows spreading joy and positivity for fans of all ages.
And some overnight fog on its way and into the morning as well. We are warming up through Wednesday, and some possible isolated showers are expected or could happen by Thursday or Friday. And we are cooling down at the end of the week. This is our 4-day allergy forecast brought to you by Boz Allergy. Your top pollens are elm and juniper, low for Monday, Tuesday, low medium Wednesday, Thursday. We'll be right back.
I'm from a small beach town in Florida. One thing I love here is I get that small town feel that I grew up with. That's my favorite part about the Central Valley. It's the people. Everyone here is tied together, looking out for each other. There is a lot of good going on here in the Central Valley. And on Sunrise, we're gonna try to give you some of that. And on top of that, we're gonna try to give you a little smile so you can go about your day and feel better about what that day is going to bring.
Eat big, spend small. Eat that big, oh my, Carl's Cali Classic Charbroiled Burger flavor. In a full meal combo with small fries and a drink for just $5.99. Big, small, win, win.
Whatever the holidays mean to you, get the most out of them in a new Honda. Whether it's dropping off presents in a sporty Civic or picking up a few for yourself in a fun-to-drive HR-V. Your holiday adventure awaits with a new Honda during Happy Honda Days. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
Travel, there is nothing like it. Dancing is my passion. But with my moderate to severe eczema, it hasn't always been easy. I was constantly itching, whatever I was doing. Now, I'm staying ahead of my eczema.
There's a power inside all of us to live our passion. And Dupixent works on the inside to help heal your skin from within. It helps block a key source of inflammation inside the body that can cause eczema, so adults can have long-lasting, clearer skin and fast itch relief. Serious allergic reactions can occur that can be severe. Tell your doctor about new or worsening eye problems such as eye pain or vision changes, including blurred vision, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines without talking to your doctor.
Healing from within is a powerful thing.
Ask your eczema specialist how Dupixent can help heal your skin from within.
If you can't resist the flavor of the Carl's Jr. Guacamole Bacon Burger, charbroiled beef, crispy bacon, and lots of house-made guacamole, it's okay. everyone gives in to the guac. Free guacamole bacon burger with new My Rewards sign-up.
Good evening to you. I'm forecaster Karen Cruz Orduña. Today was an average day in the city of Fresno with a high of 58 degrees, and usually our average is at 58 degrees. Now, our record was at 75 degrees back in 1971. Sunrisers, you can watch that sunrise at 6:55. Not quite, possibly because of that dense fog, but we can possibly see that sunset at around 4:42 in the evening. Now for our current temperatures at this time in the 40s in most parts of our region. But like I said, in the last 24 hours, we did experience a ridge, and we're going to see that ridge until Wednesday. So those warmer temperatures are on its way. Another thing that's on its way, well, is our fog in the area. We're going to experience some foggy conditions tonight into Monday morning. So it's really important for you to drive with lots of caution, use those low beam lights, and also drive, like I said, use that time and space just to really focus on just driving and focusing on your drive commute, your morning commute, or even your overnight commute, because look at this. This is lots of cloud cover and also some fog in the next 24 hours. And now by Tuesday, we could also experience some fog as well in our area. And for our wind speeds, we're going to expect nice and cool and calm and collected conditions in our area. Not much wind, but still enough to feel your hair blowing back and forth, just depending where you are located. In Mendota at 7 miles an hour, Los Baños 4, Merced at 6, Yosemite at 8 miles an hour. And it'll gradually pick up slightly in Yosemite, but in most parts of our region, it is expected to just stay nice and calm. As for our air quality for tomorrow, it is expected to be moderate in most parts of our region, with the exception of Sequoia National Park. We are on a burning restriction for Madera and Fresno, and also Kings and Tulare. And this is a live look outside of Block Construction, and this is brought to you by Eagle Mountain Casino. You can see those clear skies at this time, but that will change as we go into overnight and into the morning. Your solar forecast brought to you by Lee's Air Plumbing and Heating, 15,000 kilowatts an hour for your electricity generated. And when it comes to those energy savings, by Wednesday, you will see a drop at 89% because of that cloud cover we are going to experience. We might have some chances of rain showers as well, but for our temperatures, because of that ridge, look at these temps. 5 points at 44 degrees, San Joaquin 43, Fresno 47, Oakhurst 39 degrees, and Vier and Fireball at 45 degrees. Now that ridge is going to bring those temperatures normal into our area. A little bit warmer in some parts. Selma at 65, Hanford 66 degrees, Lemoore also 66, Corcoran at 64 degrees. Now for tonight, fog. Be careful, drive with lots of caution, take your time, and make sure you plan ahead of time for those commuters. That also includes for tomorrow morning. We are expected to clear up by 11 a.m., maybe noon. So fog is definitely our top story for our weather department. As for your 7-day forecast, by Tuesday, we can possibly see some patchy fog as well, but we are warming up as we go into Wednesday as well. Look at that, 70 degrees. That's the only day it is the warmest throughout the next 7 days, but we are experiencing a cooling trend by Thursday. You can possibly see even the 50s by Friday with those isolated sprinkles in our area. We can possibly see probably a 1/10 of an inch between Thursday and Friday, but look at those sunny skies by Saturday at 59 degrees. For more on your forecast, visit yourcentralvalley.com.
We got a chilly week ahead.
We do, except for Wednesday.
All
We're going to
right.
the 70s. Yay.
Yeah,
but
I'll take that 70.
Yeah.
Just for one day, but I'll take it.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you, Karen. Angelique Martinez joins us now with what's coming up in sports.
Yeah, Jen, today the Bulldogs finally found out who they'll be facing in their upcoming bowl game. The latest on who and where the Dogs Bowl matchup will be. More on that coming up next in Sports Central.
Get local news that matters and certified accurate forecasts at the new yourcentralvalley.com. Now scroll while you watch with quick access to news important to you. Connect with your community with the very latest local stories. KC24 News is always available at yourcentralvalley.com.
I'm ready to buy your car today at FresnoLexus.com.
I just want to say that I watch you a lot, and I'm grateful that you're there.
This is why we are lucky to have Chris Cuomo there in the field.
News Nation, we want to serve your interests. We want to give it to you straight. We're going to go to the situations that matter.
Thank you so much for having me here. Thank you for letting me tell my story.
You add so much value to this job and this position. I've watched you more now than ever before. News Nation is very, very lucky to have you.
This may look like a holiday shopping showdown, but it's a Nissan sales event ad. Good thing my Rogue has intelligent all-wheel drive.
So does my Altima.
Now get a low $339 per month lease on Rogue, or get 0% APR financing for 36 months on the Pathfinder Platinum. Better hurry. These offers won't be back in stock.
I love creation as it stood alone. Make me a partner of the wind and sun. Honest and true as the horse goes. Just keep an eye on all that's done and said. And guide me on the long trail road.
93.7 Kiss Country, today's best country. Start your day with Chris and Joe, the new Kiss Country Morning Show. Download the Kiss Country app and listen everywhere you go. She got the best to me between a rock and a hard place. Today's best country, 93.7 Kiss Country.
Here's something the insurance company doesn't want you to know. An accident victim without a lawyer usually gets less money, but the person with a lawyer gets more money. In fact, on average, people with a lawyer get over 3 times more. I'm William Berg. We've been helping accident victims get more for over 35 years. Let my firm fight for you.
Get Berg.
Get Berg. Get Berg. Call 1-800-400-BERG.
Now, Sports Central, presented by Toyota.
The Fresno State football team has an opportunity to close out 2023 with a 9-4 overall record. On Sunday, the Dogs found out they'll be headed to the New Mexico Bowl. The Fresno State football team is bowl game bound. The Dogs are headed to the New Mexico Bowl for the 4th time. This year, they'll face New Mexico State. Fresno State recently won the New Mexico Bowl in 2021. Similarly to that year, the Bulldogs will travel to Albuquerque without their head coach. Linebackers coach Tim Skipper will coach Fresno State in their bowl game as head coach Jeff Tedford temporarily steps away to address health concerns. Fresno State's first appearance in the New Mexico Bowl was in 2008. The Bulldogs suffered a 40-35 loss to Colorado State. This year's Bulldogs wrap the 2023 regular season with an 8-4 overall record and have an opportunity to close out the year as a 9-win team. Fresno State's opponent, New Mexico State, already has 10 wins. The Aggies are 10-4 overall. One of their most notable victories this past season was against Auburn, giving New Mexico State its first ever win over an SEC team. The Bulldogs and Aggies have a lot of history, 2 teams who were formerly in the WAC. Fresno State has an 18-1 all-time record against New Mexico State, with the Bulldogs' only loss coming back in 2011. Fresno State is scheduled to face the Aggies in the New Mexico Bowl on Saturday, December 16th in Albuquerque at 2:45 p.m. Pacific. Meanwhile, Fresno State's former head coach is headed to the college football playoff. Kalen DeBoer guided the Washington Huskies to a Pac-12 championship and a perfect 13-0 record. The number 2 Huskies will face number 3 Texas in the Sugar Bowl on New Year's Day in New Orleans. On Sunday in New Orleans, Derek Carr and the Saints taking on the Detroit Lions. Ex-Bulldog Derek Carr threw for 226 yards with a touchdown and an interception. Carr ended up leaving the game in the 4th quarter after taking a big hit. He did not return. He's also now in concussion protocol. The Lions went on to beat the New Orleans Saints 33-28. Niners in a big-time matchup against the Eagles. 2nd quarter at 6-0 Philly. Brock Purdy fakes the handoff early on, fires it to a wide-open Brandon Ayuk. 49ers get on the board. Later on, less than a minute until halftime now, it's Christian McCaffrey. Of course, finding a lane, doing what he does best, bolting straight to the end zone. Brock Purdy threw for 314 yards and 4 touchdowns. San Francisco beats Philly 42-19. We've got 3 local teams competing for a state title on Saturday in high school football. All 3 games will be at Pasadena City College. At 11 a.m. in Division 7A, Strathmore will face Bell Gardens. At 3 o'clock, it's the Division 4A battle as Mission Oak takes on Palma. And the final game at 7 p.m. in the Division 2A title game between Los Gatos and Central Valley Christian. And that's going to do it for sports. KC24 News continues after this.
KC24 News is brought to you in part by Tulare Outlets.
Head to your Toyota dealer today because the Black Friday sales event is on now. Just announced for Black Friday, lease a Camry for just $279 a month after $1,000 bonus cash. Toyota's Black Friday sales event ends soon. Toyota, let's go places.
Meet Gold Bond Daily Healing, a powerhouse lotion that moisturizes, heals, and smooths dry skin with 7 moisturizers and 3 vitamins. And new Gold Bond Healing Sensitive, clinically shown to heal and moisturize dry, sensitive skin. Gold Bond.
At Lewis Diamond Company, our family values and traditions have been polished over time. Because while some things change, the things that really matter shouldn't. Authenticity, integrity, commitment. We've been doing the things that matter the same way since 1945. And we're honored to share in your family's traditions. We know that wherever family is involved, timeless connections will follow. Lewis Diamond Company, your trusted family jeweler.
The new Subway MVP Rewards earns you points for every order. This MVP uses it for free subs.
You can use your points for anything, like free cookies.
Whoa, Peyton.
What? I'm not playing anymore.
Join now and get a free cookie when you buy a sub.
Head to your Toyota dealer today because the Black Friday sales event is on now. Get low 1.99% APR plus $2,500 bonus cash on the all-electric BZ4X. Toyota's Black Friday sales event ends soon. Toyota, let's go places.
Hi, I'm AJ Fox, and I'm inviting you on a holiday vacations tour. Join me on an Alaska and Glacier Bay cruise June 25th to July 7th. We'll discover the cities of Anchorage and Fairbanks and enjoy a guided tour in Denali National Park. We'll also relax on a wonderful 4-night cruise, including Glacier Bay National Park. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword KC, for more information and to watch a travel show. Or call 888-557-1020 for a free brochure.
Happening this weekend, fans of the popular Christmas movie Elf got a chance to watch the film with the live orchestra in Visalia. Take a listen.
You're probably here about the story.
The show ran at the Visalia Fox Theater, and guests got to hear the soundtrack of the movie as played by the Sequoia Symphony. The show ran on both Friday and Saturday, drawing crowds of fans who turned out in support of their favorite elf, Buddy, played by Will Ferrell. This year marks 20 years since a beloved Christmas classic was first released in theaters. Another musical classic was portrayed on stage in Fresno this weekend with some of the most well-known and award-winning musical numbers in cinematic history. Children's Musical Theater Works is presenting The Sound of Music at the Fresno Memorial Auditorium in downtown Fresno starting this weekend, and the show will run until December 10th. Local actors took to the stage to deliver a classic story told on the big screen and across stages all across the world.
It's a great show that really brings families together. I believe Marie Rayner is a great role model for little children to look up to. It's just a great show for families.
Now, if you want to catch The Sound of Music before the show ends, you can find tickets online at cmtworks.org. Still ahead on this special edition of KC24 News, a new Christmas trend is taking over the country. Coming up, a look at how popular it is to ditch the green for a whole other color this Christmas.
Get local news that matters and certified accurate forecasts at the new YourCentralValley.com. Now scroll while you watch with quick access to news important to you. Connect with your community with the very latest local stories. KC24 News is always available at YourCentralValley.com.
In order for small businesses to thrive, they need to be smart, efficient, savvy, making the most of every opportunity. That's why Comcast Business is introducing the Small Business Bonus. For a limited time, you can get up to a $1,000 prepaid card with a qualifying gig bundle. Yep, $1,000. So switch to business internet from the company with the largest, fastest, reliable network and that powers more businesses than anyone else. Learn how you can get $1,000 back for your business. Call or go online today.
It's the most wonderful time of the year. GW School Supply has all the gifts you need and great stocking stuffers and family activities. Shop safe with less crowds and more items for kids of all ages. GW School Supply makes it the most wonderful time of the year.
What would the holiday season be without a place called home? Well, that's what thousands of Armenian families from Artsakh are faced with right now. Young and elderly, systematically forced from their homes.
Their belonging, everything.
Fresno Medical Mission was there when the eviction started, and now the mission is working to find homes for the displaced.
It just breaks anybody's heart.
Scan the code and donate to Operation Hope. Your donation, no matter what amount, will be life-changing.
Here's something the insurance company doesn't want you to know. An accident victim without a lawyer usually gets less money, but the person with a lawyer gets more money. In fact, on average, people with a lawyer get over 3 times more. I'm William Berg. We've been helping accident victims get more for over 35 years. Let my firm fight for you.
Get Berg.
Get Berg. Get Berg. Call 1-800-400-BERG.
Coming up next week on Sunrise, he's making a list, checking it twice. He's going to find out who's naughty, who's nice.
Old St. Nick going to be making a pit stop in River Park on his way to the North Pole.
You're not going to want to miss it. Coming up next week on Sunrise.
You pointed me for that.
All right, if you thought the Barbie craze was behind us, think again. The iconic doll has people dreaming of a pink Christmas this year, according to gifting experts and data from Pinterest. Pink Christmas tree searches have surged more than 280% this year, and searches for pink Christmas decorations have jumped more than 190% as well. Now, sites like Wayfair and Amazon have plenty of pink Christmas theme items for sale, but some items are already selling out as the pink craze sweeps across the nation. All right, Karen, what do you think? Are you going to get a pink Christmas tree this year?
Absolutely not.
What do
I
you
can
mean?
even barely get a natural tree in the house.
Look, but it looks so
get
cute.
A pink artificial Christmas tree. It is cute. I will say it is very cute.
Not even a stocking?
Not my cup of tea. I don't have stockings. Who gets stockings?
What do you
have a
mean?
stocking?
Yes, of course.
Why do you need a stocking?
To put the little Christmas gifts in there that, you know, like a toothbrush or like, I don't know, some floss, little things.
Well, for those of you who do want to get your gifts tomorrow and drive on your commute, be careful because that fog will kick in. Yes, overnight and into the morning. So be careful, drive within distance and use those low beam lights.
All right, and that does it for us here in Ksee 24 News. Have a good night.
Eat big, spend small. Eat that big, oh my, Carl's Cali Classic Charbroiled Burger flavor. In a full meal combo with small fries and a drink for just $5.99. Big, small, win, win.
Job stress,